doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What you up to?
Can I ask you why you're engaged in it?
Stop there a minute.
Why?
I'm just trying to identify who you are because you've got your face covered and you've... what's your name, please, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, well, at this moment in time, we believe that you might well be wanted. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge in a minute once we've confirmed it. So that's why we need to identify who you are. It's all right. We'll do it another way. Just bear with us a second.
You start with your first name, please, sir.
Don't believe I have to provide your name.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're wanted, right? Okay. Just by your description alone, right? So I believe that you're wanted off a briefing that I've received today, right? So we can do it one or two ways.
Wanted for what?
Well, wanted for an offence.
What offence?
Well, wanted for an offence of harassment, actually. So I need to check you out in order to see A, if it is you, or B, if it isn't you, right? And if it isn't you, I'll bid you good day and off you go.
Right from the outset, the officer's behavior is worrying. He stops the auditor after a vague morning briefing. No named suspect, no specific offense, just a broad tip-off. Instead of explaining why he's stopping someone, the officer demands personal details with no valid reason. That isn't proper policing. It's guessing while wearing a badge. When the auditor refuses to give his name, the officer says, "If it's not you, I'll let you go." That line reveals the flaw. The auditor's liberty is treated as conditional on proving he's not someone else. In UK law, an officer must have real grounds to stop someone, not a hazy alert.
So if we start with your first name, or are we going to have to get a fingerprint scanner down here and find out who you are, or take you down to custody to try and identify you because you refuse to give me details?
I haven't committed an offence.
Okay, so if you haven't committed any offences, can I start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't need to give you my first name.
Okay, well, I believe you to be Christopher Green, and I'm detaining you currently.
I am not Christopher Green.
Right, okay, well, that's fine, but you're currently being detained up until the point that I can establish who you are. You're refusing to give me some details, so I need to establish who you are.
Please ask you to identify yourself.
Yeah, I'm PC 17768 Neil Williams.
And you, please.
Sergeant 15563.
Thank you.
Right,
which station?
Can we make it nice and easy for us and start giving just your first name, please?
Can I ask you which station you're from?
Yeah, I work at Withenshaw Police Station, work part of the X Department and part of the Transport Unit for Great Manchester Police.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start with your name then, please. And if there's nothing wrong, then we'll send you on your way.
Everything shifts when the officer suddenly announces, "I believe you to be Christopher Green." The auditor calmly denies it, but the officer presses on, not to verify identity, but to force control. This encounter wasn't about locating a suspect. It became a power struggle with someone who refused to be bullied. The auditor wasn't evasive or aggressive. He simply declined to give his name without lawful cause, which is his right. Publicly naming a person as a suspect without checking the facts also risks serious harm. Under data protection rules like the UK GDPR and the Data Protection Act 2018, releasing someone's name without justification can be unlawful. If the auditor really wasn't Christopher Green, now two people's reputations have been unfairly dragged into the open.
It's not Christopher Green.
Okay. 100 Alpha. And what is your name, please? And have you got anything to identify yourself?
I don't believe I have to answer these questions.
Right. You don't believe that you have to add, right, okay, well, I believe you to be wanted, right? So make it easy for us. Give us your details, identify yourself, show me some identification.
I don't believe I have to identify myself.
Well, you do.
We could arrest you, take you to custody and put you on a live scan machine. There's a necessity, if you're not giving your name and address, for us to verify who you are if we believe you to be wanted from the information we've got. So you can
I don't have to do that. You've not provided me with any grounds for an arrest.
Right, take your hands out your pocket so I can see them. I need to identify you. I'm trying to make it easy for you here, sir. So what I want,
I'm not in any threat to you.
No, not at all.
No, I'm not.
You had your hands in your pockets, and I don't know who you are.
Even after detaining the auditor in public, the officer fails to state a clear reason. No offense is named. No evidence is offered. Only a vague claim about a description. When asked for the legal basis for the stop, the officer deflects and suddenly focuses on the auditor's hands in his pockets to create suspicion. Then the officer makes the most telling admission. "I don't know who you are." That line says everything. This detention wasn't founded on evidence of crime. It was based on unfamiliarity and an attempt to justify detention after the fact.
So
But just
up until the
naturally-
point that you identify yourself, make it easy for us, and if it isn't you, and I can establish who you are, and I can clearly identify you, then I'll send you on your way, right? Okay. But by you being obstructive at the moment,
I'm not being obstructive.
well, you are, because you're
I'm not.
refusing
I've
to
been quite
provide us some
calm.
details.
No, because I don't believe lawfully that I have to give you those details because I haven't committed any offence of harassment. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Well, I believe you to be wanted, so I want you to, I need you to identify yourself in order for me to make those inquiries. And once I make those inquiries and find out that you are either wanted or you're free to go, I will then send you on your way. Okay? Oh, no, don't, no, excuse me, I'm speaking.
You've asked me whether I'm Christopher Green, and I've said I'm not Christopher Green.
Right, and all I'll say to you is, right, identify yourself, because, no,
stop giving me orders.
I'm the police here.
Speak to me respectfully.
I have done, I've tried.
Speak to me
What I'll say
respectfully.
to you is, you're not going anywhere up until the point that I can
Speak to me
clearly
respectfully,
identify
please.
you, okay?
Right, but please continue
There you go.
to speak to
I've
me
said my
respectfully.
piece.
Okay,
So what's your name,
to
please?
speak to you always
Start with
respectfully.
your name, please.
Throughout the encounter, the auditor remains composed, asserts his rights, and clearly says he has not committed any offense. Instead of answering with facts, the officer snaps, No, I'm the police here. That outburst reveals the problem. Yelling about authority doesn't make an action lawful. It shows a breakdown in professional control. When an officer relies on anger or pressure rather than following procedure, the situation stops being about enforcing the law and becomes about asserting power.
I'm giving you my name.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I'm not. I don't have to do this.
The problem is, we suspect you of an offence.
Why do you, sorry mate, why do you believe that you don't have to do this?
Because I don't believe I've committed a criminal offence.
Right, okay. Well then make it easy for me, sir, right?
I don't have to make anything easy for you.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
Why aren't you being so obstructive? If you're not committed any offence, we can check your details. Then
I don't have to discuss anything with you.
Why are you trying to avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Because it's going to be a long process for you if we have to take you to custody and put you on one of them live scan machines to find out who you are.
Well,
So it'll be
it
a lot
sounds.
straightforward if you just give us your details. We can check if you want to not. If you're not, absolutely fine, which is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not Christopher Green, and I'm saying I'm not committed
Right,
offensive harassment.
who are you
okay?
then?
I've just told you I don't believe that I have to give you that information.
Again, the auditor keeps calm and repeats that he hasn't broken the law. The officer's response, the same frustrated shout, No, I'm the police here, makes the point plain. Volume and rank don't create legality. When emotion replaces procedure, policing crosses a line from lawful duty into coercion.
And if I do, then I can give it to your desk
Start
sergeant,
by
or I can give
removing
it
your
to a
face
judge.
covering, please, so I can see exactly who you are.
No.
I'm going to let go of your arm now, yeah? Okay? What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be putting your hands in your pockets,
Promise
right?
you I won't do that.
Okay? Because I need to be
Promise you I won't
satisfied
do
that
that.
you've
I'm
not
not
got
gonna
something
do
that can harm me or anyone else.
I promise you there's nothing in my
Right, okay.
pockets that could harm you.
It is, isn't it? Boss.
Do you want to go and have a look at that picture upstairs?
It is.
So guys, it looks like I'm going to be arrested here. Can I just turn this off?
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of harassment.
According to the evidence, unlawfully arrested. I've now passed the case on to HNK, and they are currently considering all of the information before they either accept or reject the case, and I'll let you know what happens there, guys.
This incident looks like the worst in a series of questionable decisions. The officer gave no clear legal reason for the stop, yet demanded ID without lawful grounds. When the auditor declined, a lawful choice, the officer opted for arrest rather than explanation. The auditor, known online as Autistic Audit, was lawfully filming outside the BBC. Officers arrived after a vague briefing and relied on an unconfirmed description. The lead officer insisted he believed the auditor was Christopher Green and even spoke the name aloud, an alarming disclosure of personal information without proof. As the auditor calmly asked for the legal grounds for detention, tensions rose. One officer shouted, No, I'm the police here, while another warned of a long, uncomfortable time in custody, an intimidation tactic. This wasn't about protecting the public. It was about asserting control. The auditor was arrested despite a lack of evidence and based on poor assumptions. HNK solicitors later took the case and the auditor won. That outcome shows why unchecked policing matters. When suspicion overrides law, people's rights are ignored, privacy is breached, and taxpayers end up paying the price.